Hey, welcome to the second course video for the song Only from NF in his album The Search. I'm musically malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. In these videos, we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. So let's get in, see what's going on. All right, Only is a personal ballad describing the want to have someone there in difficult times. The track features the sole feature of The Search, Sasha Sloan, who is a Los Angeles-based singer-songwriter. The track's chorus and bridge samples Sloan's 2018 cut, The Only. Interesting. All right. I can't be the only one who's lonely tonight. Yeah, does anybody feel like me? Show of hands. I don't need a lot. I just want to find my peace. Yeah, why you throwing rocks? Oh, you want to kill my dreams? Okay, tell me everything I'm not. You think I didn't know those things? Always been a little lost, and I still might be. Life's hard, but it's okay. Watching the comments feels like I'm at a court date. How could I complain with a house like this and a car like that in the driveway? Half of what I say kind of feels like a dream that I'm going to wake from someday, wishing that I'd pray. Man, this was such a great song. And this is an interesting line. Watching the comments feels like I'm at a court date. Probably people obviously speaking poorly of him. You'd have questioning. Comments, man, they can be brutal. And then obviously the question of like this complaining or the struggles that he goes through, which it's like, if I really look around, you know, I've got this nice house or a nice car, like in some ways I've made it. And yet this feeling inside, right? And he's addressed that many times, that ultimately that doesn't solve everything. It doesn't answer everything. And that's what he's trying to get at in this song. That there's the deeper things that he desires. A little more often, wishing that I'd pray a little more often and put more time into my faith. Travel in my brain, might find damage and no grace. Things that I hold on to, but I won't say. Things that I hold on to, but I won't say things that I won't let go. So I chain my soul to the heartbreak. Having a nice day that's not an average in my case. Don't like cameras in my face. Glamour, it's all fake. And as we know, NF really Nate leads a pretty quiet life, hidden life. Love my job, but it might seem odd that I'm here because I hate fame. And we even had the song, was it earlier in this album? I think it was. It was earlier in this album or in the last album, The Conversation with Fame. Yeah, pain might get to me, throwing threats at me. They can't tell disconnecting me, it's affecting me. Hide that well. They'll write checks to me, but don't check on me. Find myself always questioning what comes next for me. I can't be the only. I wonder if this, speaking of just the music industry, yeah, NF talks often about how the industry doesn't treat the artist right. They'll happily pay the artist. In this case, NF never actually care about the artist. NF sings about this topic in his other songs too, especially on this album, for example, in My Stress, when he talks about how his friends switch up on him after the fame. The repeated chorus, and then verse 2. Yeah, if you made a list of people that you trusted, would you put your name down? Goodness, that's such a good line, man. Let me think about that. If I made a list of people that I trusted, would you put your name down? And I think there's two factors to that. One of them could be the duality we all feel inside, right? Sometimes the reality of who we are and what we do versus who we want to be and what we want to do. And so you feel like you can't trust yourself because you feel double-sided at times. I think the other could just be a true question. Because, and I don't know if this is fully what he's getting at, but I think it is always good to think about, are you the kind of employee that you would want to hire? Are you the kind of friend that you would want to have? Are you the kind of partner, husband, wife that you would want to have? And I think there's a lot of benefit in asking those questions, because we can expect a lot from other people, but are we giving the things that we're expecting? And I think that that's the area too, where maybe I draw grace from for other people. Because there's a scripture that says the measure you use against others will be used against you. And I think that it is a warning to just be careful. Careful as to how critical we are against people, critical to how quickly we want to trying to think of the right word. Berate's not the right word. But it's just using wisdom in how you respond to people, trying to extend the same kind of grace you want extended to yourself. Now, at the same time, that doesn't mean like never have a difficult conversation, never have correcting words towards somebody. Because even if you don't necessarily you don't love that feeling, so you may not necessarily invite that. But I think if you really search your soul, you're like, well, I do desire, like if I'm not doing something correctly, truly, or I'm headed down a wrong path, I would want somebody to be that kind of friend, mentor, manager, whatever in my own life. But yeah, I mean, I think that if I made a list of people that I trusted in that sense of am I that to others, I think I would say yes. I think that I am a good friend. I think that, I mean, obviously I have my shortcomings and my failures. But I've always tried to be a genuine person and never double-sided to people. So, hey, there you go. Good questions to ask ourselves today. Do you know who you are? When you look at life and you talk about yours, do you feel proud? Are you leaving a mark or scared to make a bad impression so you just go hide in the dark? Living and playing a part, knowing regret'll come back up tomorrow. That's what it does, ain't it? Don't know what we're chasing, but we all do it. Just a part of life. I guess we're all foolish. Running after what we think will make us happy till it falls through. And then we find out later it ain't what we wanted. So we give up on it. Then we pile the garbage. And we watch it grow and find a drug to numb it. Till we hit the point that we can barely function. Am I motivated? Is my music dated? Would I be the same if I was medicated? Even therapists say I need medication. I avoid it though because I'm scared to take it. And he's talked about this several times. And he really shares that too with Tyler from 21 Pilots, that Tyler's alluded to a few times the idea of medication or things, but that more so he would rather, and I'm not making a blanket statement against all medication. That's between you, God, and your doctor and the people that you trust. But in many cases, we just prescribe things and don't really get down to the root issue. And part of what Tyler talks about is like, he doesn't want to be removed from all of the pains, because if you're numbed from the pains, you're numbed from the joys. And just that fear of like, oh, is this going to change me? And so NF and him really share that in common. Am I the only one that has a loaded gun that's full of doubts and memories to overcome? And I complain about them when they shoot at me. But I know truthfully, I like to load them up and let them. That's, dude. He's just recognizing like, I'm the one doing it to myself, right? That's so sad to see. I need help. They talk passively, then come after me by myself. Lost, oh gosh. Talking passively, but then come after me by myself. So obviously this is all self stuff that he's facing. Lost that half of me. God, there has to be someone else. Don't feel bad for me. I just can't believe that I'm the only one who's lonely tonight. There's got to be somebody out there, somebody somewhere who needs company, and it's comforting to know that I can't be the only one who's lonely tonight. This is one of my favorites from the album. I think it's a really strong song, really strong message, and maybe there is some strength in knowing, I hope that you don't remain lonely. I hope that you, first and foremost, for me, that's my relationship with God, my relationship with Jesus that fulfills me, that fills the deepest parts of me. And then my wife is there, she comes in second to really strengthen and help me. My kids, then my friends. So I hope that you find rich relationships in your life to help with that. But at the same time, there are times we all feel lonely. So take some comfort in the fact that you're not the only one out there that might feel lonely today, tonight. But thank you for being with me for this one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll have a conversation there. And I'll see you in the next one because we're eating good.